Hello, everyone, and today we are going to talk about the most important topic in chess for you guys, blundering. And we have countless ideas about blundering, blunder preventing, and I shared you in previous video one about asking you a question before take a move. Am I missing something? Yes, and this question is very good to train yourself to check your blunders. But another key pattern, I will share you more patterns about how to reduce your blunders in today's video. And one of the key patterns is basically guess which. Because if I say to you guys, you will always say, I knew it already. So now spot it. You have 5 seconds to say me which pattern is the best to prevent blunders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, your own answer? You don't know it. Okay. You actually know it, but you did not answer in the split of seconds. Most of you could answer something, but most of you were wrong. This is a good example of no one is not doing it. This is also pretty damn good example of I know mind, which is if I give you the answer right away, you will say, of course I know it, but it's not gonna work in this way. Yeah, a number of repetitions of this pattern, and can you reply me in the split of second is a really good example. Of course, the main blunder preventing pattern is, if you didn't give me answer, give me now, prophylaxis, of course. So you are asking after each move of your opponent, you're asking what's your idea? Like an example, last move of opponent, what are your ideas? Rook takes c7. If you're completely beginner, you don't see rook take d7. But if we go deeper, there is also e7 is hanging piece, x-ray. Rook is attacking g7 indirectly, and even h7. D5 pawn is also hangs. There is horse jumps, and there is maybe something more in that, like yeah, maybe there is some more tactical potential. So obviously you see she's attacking d7 indirectly, e7, but maybe there is something deeper than just this idea. Maybe after queen takes c7, which is obvious move, like first idea, his queen is hangs. Maybe there is something. But it's overrated pattern. Like it's still overrated, but so the first question, like, what's your idea? Obviously, you scan this and scan more to see all possibilities, horse jumps, etc. But here is two candidates ideas: rook b5 and queen c7. Obviously, rook b7, rook d7, rook b2, rook e7 is unclear. Because pawn structure is so good, no weaknesses, horse and this and pass pawn, this is weaknesses, not who is playing for win, yeah. And queen c7, am I missing something after knight c7, rook b2? There is no forks, and there is no moves with the queen, something like that, but it's not gonna work. So obviously we take this, but the point is, how do we train patterns now? It's not about like, oh, I know it. Yeah, as I explained to you from the beginning of this video, I know it doesn't work. I mean, no one is not doing it. Says Ramesh, one of my favorite coaches of all the time. And basically, you repeat it till it will become your second nature. That's how do we train patterns. Still, you don't need to think about it anymore. So here, the first question, you take move back and ask what's your idea. Here is quite simple. And you decide to play queen takes c7. Am I missing something? And you play it. And you move to the next puzzle. And you repeat this pattern again and again. Let's repeat it several times. So it was castle. Yes, so he played castle. And by the way, the convenience of modern chess training is just amazing. We just saw he played castle. Yeah, we even don't need to take a step back. What's his idea? Obviously, king safety. Also, you can immediately ask, what is the drawback of my last opponent move if you want to see some tactics? Because when king moves here, there is one diagonal for the king and queen. Yes, and an example, if you had dark square bishop, there is some potential tactics. So drawback of castling here to put queen and king on one diagonal. This is also pattern. Like, what's your idea? Basically, king safety, connect the rooks. Yes, maybe some trap way to trap the queen. And the next question is, what is the drawback? Drawback is one diagonal. And the knight hangs now, by the way, yes, because after rooks, if king were to stay on e1, it still guards the horse, which is, by the way, king is good defender. You need to understand it. It's well defended squares around. So the obvious idea takes. And the next question, if I take rook take d3, am I missing something? Like if you see your opponent blunder, do not, even if you, there is a trick like for practical part of chess. Even if you know clearly your opponent blundered it, yes, it is not always blunder. Yes, your opponent can blunder, but about 40% of cases, on my experience, I may misevaluate it, but there will be some tactical solutions, or it will be good sacrifice. Like the tree pawn can hang here, your opponent may blunder it, but after a few moves, you open file for your opponent, and he has just huge counterpoint file. It's possible, and you simply grab the pawn because your opponent blundered the pawn, and you lose the game. And you kind of feel, oh, it's unfair. Hello, who said your chess has to be fair? It's very unfair game. It's very widely unfair game. You can play perfect game and your opponent can play like a donkey, yeah, like a donkey, and win the game in the split of seconds. Yeah, do not think, do not expect chess is fair game. It's very unfair game. So try to, yeah, try to be 5 times more powerful than you are. So and quickly check. Okay, check attacking the horse and the queen. Am I missing something? Is there any way to attack the queen? Rook c1, I can take queen d2. And then any way to attack the queen. The king also don't see it. No pin also. No way to attack with the horse's queen. And basically, yes, I don't see any quick idea. Maybe sacrifice the horse and there is no outcome eventually and create some counterplay. This is something to check, like rook takes d3. If queen actually could jump out in some way and create some real counterplay, yes, sometimes sucking the horse. And if there is no threats anymore, because this is problem, yes, because sometimes if h2 is even protected, you take rook take g2, king h1. If h2 protected, you can get into trouble with rook on g2 and king. Let's say knight defending the pawn by some way. Yes, you can get in real troubles with your pieces stacking on the second trunk, and if there is counterplay, you can lose the game, even when your opponent blunder. This is something a little bit advanced. Okay, so but here is no clear counterplay. As I see, what's his idea? Like he moved queen g5. What's my opponent idea? He's attacking here, indirectly defending g2. An example with horse jump, he is defending g2. Maybe he's defending second square after rook take g2 with queen, which is too passive. So probably his idea is to maybe his idea is to open a file, by the way, which is quite nice idea, like rook d2 94 takes defending g2 or activate the rook and maybe something here, but it's not gonna work. Like it's not enough counterplay. But the idea indirectly open file here is quite nice imaginative idea. Also there is 2 possibilities, like queen d2 and rook takes d2. Why is it not both winning? Why both are not winning? Like queen g7 double attack, yes, and yeah, and is there any way to defend both? Like cannot in this way. Doesn't work. So there is probably only rook d2 is winning because of this idea. Okay, keep going. Just check more positions and so knight d3. What's your idea? to train these patterns, so you need to be like a parrot. And if you notice, even if you train these patterns and you repeat it thousands of times, at some point you will notice, wow, I forgot all about my opponent idea. Yeah. And you need to train it very, very well, because in real chess, in a real game, often you went in the time trouble. And if you do not make it your automatic second nature, you don't have time to think what's your idea. You don't have time to ask yourself questions. You just need quickly spot everything with the split of second. And you can reach this level only if your patterns are trained insanely well. So repeat it more and more times, especially when you just train. So slow down. So what's your idea? Obviously this additional attack to f2. Also, rook hangs, so diagonal open is some tricks here possible. Also evaluate this pawn is very dangerous, and yeah, multiple possibilities. And this situation is more tricky, like this pawn hangs, this rook hangs, this queen hangs, f3, maybe f2 hangs. Maybe there is the way to bring rook to attack. But this still hangs, but maybe knight can defense here, and weaker piece goes to defense, and stronger piece goes to attack. Maybe there is the way to connect queen with the pawn, and just to allow take queen f7, and there is no queen g7, and still attack and win the game. All these things you need to evaluate as quick as possible. So black has multiple ideas. And basically, what is the drawback? There's a drunk issue, and yeah, and basically there is very difficult to say, am I missing something, because there is just forced checkmate, and we simply cannot miss anything here. Like, you need to check some interferences, of course, but there is no interferences, so we simply have checkmate. Okay, and I think it would be vast puzzle just to show you that my goal is not to show you advanced chess now, because most of you guys need quite simple chess. I show you the patterns, the questions you ask yourself over and over again. So what's my opponent's idea? What's your idea? He took his idea to take the horse. Maybe there is some multiple ideas more in the position, not only of his move. There is check, there is check. There is ability to bring second rook to attack the king, and like this, you scan these possibilities. Of course, if you have direct win in real game, you don't need, like, I mean, you simply quickly check direct win. Can I win by force here? And there is probably multiple checkmates into why is it not working? I don't know. Yeah, multiple solutions, but the goal of exercising, you train patterns. You train patterns. You don't in real game. Of course, first is direct win, and but in training, you have patterns to train. What's your idea? You spot opponent's idea. It's very important, because basically your basic pattern, you don't spot opponent's ideas at all. You don't care. Like, if you don't train it, you don't care about the opponent's idea. Your mind stick to your idea, and you don't see anything on the board, especially multiple ideas. You may notice one idea from your opponent's side, but you don't see anything else. Okay, so you notice it, and then what is the drawback? If you want, I highly recommend you to train it. So drawback is pawn move from one side, c5 square is weakened. Yes, you may notice it, the file opened automatically, c5 square is weakened, and probably these pawns are also disconnected. So and e5 pawn may become some weakness also. This pawn, when this pawn moves, it's attacking f4 square, which is probably not bad to notice also. Yeah, the more you notice, the more you're powerful. Okay, but focus on simple things. What's my opponent's idea? Let's say this, maybe some check, maybe some check. or something. And what is the drawback? Let's say this hangs, and there is checkmate into, and yeah. Am I missing something? There is no hidden defensive ideas. Yes, and bishop isn't hanging, so I'm not missing something. The further you go, the more complex you see examples, and you will see these patterns really working well. But now let's quickly checkmate the king. And thank you so much for watching this video. I usually give my final piece like before the end of the lesson. And let's say my price from September is already $50 per hour, and there is I used to say my price till the September is 30, but there is no time till the September. And basically, I also not most likely I won't continue my chess career, so this offer most likely won't work. Yeah, if you are interested, let me know. But yeah, I'm already looking for a job. If you have one, let me know about that. And yeah, it's my second time, by the way, when I start my chess career. And the issue is the same, by the way, guys. Something to learn for you too. It's finance. If we do not connect chess with the finances, it's not gonna work. Okay, but anyway, hope you could enjoy, and you can take this training and you can improve it 10x or 100x or 1000x. But this is already if you train like this, and you also can find the way to implement this training with other questions, and you already are ahead of 99 and 99. Thank you so much for watching this video. Wish you happiness and peace from Cambodia. Bye bye. Bye. How to stop it? Yeah. Okay. Bye.